This is D&D on the Farm RPG. You may or may not have heard some of our pre-banter, depending on how my editing mood feels when we get to this episode. I am your Dungeon Master, Belligan. As always, we have our extremely vocal players with us, starting with Cole.
Hello. Chose the least vocal player. I am Kakusho. I'm Cole playing Kakusho.
You are? Wow.
I am now Kakusho. It's been changed officially.
I can do that for you.
I'm playing a bronze Dragonborn Ranger.
On RPG Crossing, sometimes that happens. We accidentally refer to people by their username instead of the character they're playing, and it's just like, you just played them so well, you became the character. I think that's what happened to Cole.
Yes.
All right, next we have Boobun.
Hi, I'm Boobon. I'm playing Spectre, the Rabaxi Rogue, the Stabbit.
Stabby Stabbers. And last we have Augie.
I am Augie playing Ashley, the gnome bard, and that's pretty much it for now.
7 or 8 sessions in, and it finally clicked in my head. Augie, Ashley, they both start with A. That's how I'm going to keep it straight. I finally figured it out.
Yeah.
Can you hear my applause?
Yay!
I gotta have something that makes sense to me to remember things. It just takes a while sometimes.
There you go. You got there eventually. That's all that matters.
We'll see if it sticks.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right, we are picking up our adventure as Kusho, Astley, and Spectre just came over the small hill to look down on the Crystal River to see what kind of a mess Thomas had made with glass bottles that needed to be recycled, and realized that this was actually a massive problem. There is so many glass bottles that they are damming up the river, and it is starting to flood. At some point, if it continues to get worse, this may even go out and flood some of the farmlands, which could be pretty catastrophic. Granted, losing crops on the farmland isn't that big of a deal because they grow ridiculously fast in this magical land.
Maybe they want to grow cranberries.
Maybe.
That's an option.
Could be. We don't have cranberries yet, though. They haven't been implemented.
That'd be cool. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
All right, Firestream, give us a new crop. Cranberries.
Give us some cranberries. We can have a bog.
Give us some rice fields.
Now, you guys had, I think it was 2 days before Jill was going to want help with the corn. So if you want to decide, you know what, screw you, Thomas, pretend like you never saw this, that's an option. Or you can do whatever you'd like to do.
Mm.
Don't know if you've thought about this at all over the last week or not, but if you haven't, now's a great time to come to a consensus. What will the members of the Firewire Adventuring Guild do?
Does this look like a 2-day job, y'all? Or does this look like a more than a 2-day job?
We got to clean some stuff. We got to get rid of the thing that's not going to like us, cleaning some stuff. Does seem like potentially a lot of work.
Mm. Can we see Thomas from our vantage point, like trying to pick up these bottles? Like he's just.
Yep. You see him down there. He's got a bag. He's picking them up. He's by himself. And you see more bottles kind of floating down the river. They're like coming 2 to 3 times as quick as he can pick them up.
Oh, poor guy.
Can I stash some of the bottles? Can I take a couple and just kind of stash them?
Yeah, you'll probably want to wash them. They're kind of dirty.
Yeah.
Yucky. Does he see us?
Not yet.
Okay. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to you guys want to try to pick up all this crap? Or do you want to like just bounce?
Want to? No. Ashley looks over at the lone Thomas, the hero we didn't know we had in town.
He looks a little pathetic. Maybe we should help him. Maybe we should help him for 2 days and see if we can't get the river flowing a little better, maybe, and then abandon him for a couple of days while we go help Jill.
Yeah, we'll tell him. Let's go tell him.
We'll give him a time frame.
Right. Yeah, we'll let him know. You got us for 2 days. We got something to do, and then we'll be back. Because really, like guarding corn, totally up my alley. Shouldn't take
corn.
that long.
I'm a big fan of corn, and that means I could probably eat corn. So,
but
I
only
think we'll have to guard
bit.
the corn from you. That's going to be the problem.
So, maybe Spectre can stay here, and we can go guard.
Spectre will just eat all the
You're
corn.
gonna abandon me here? No. I need to have some corn. Listen. Listen, I won't eat that much corn. I'm a small little bunny. I don't need much. I just need a couple of ears. Get me? You feel me? We'll just cross that bridge when we get to it, she says.
Fair enough. All right. So I guess we'll go let Thomas know our deal and then see what he wants us to do.
Okay.
Do we have to like stumble down this glass bottle mountain? Or is there like a path?
Well, you're not on a mountain of glass. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a hill that's got, some grass and vegetation on it, but nothing too tall. You can walk down it, no problem. And eventually you kind of get to the edge of the bank of bottles. You can see the water starting to pool up. And as you're coming down and getting closer, Thomas does see you. And he turns around with a big goofy grin and he waves at you like Forrest Gump or something. Thrilled to see you.
I like this guy already.
Trying to decide what kind of a voice Thomas should have. Not that I do voices. Let's be real.
How much enthusiasm you want to put into his voice?
Oh, hey there! You came. You got my letter.
We sure did.
Don't mock the man. Kakusho, don't mock the man. She kind of elbows him a bit.
Astley chuckles.
We sure did.
Like, well, you could see it's a humdinger of a problem. We got bottles everywhere. Coming down the stream, clogging it all up here. Got you some bags. Got some grabbers. You don't even have to bend over and, fill a bag and take it up to the them recycling center in town.
So we have to fill the whole bag and then bring it all the way to town? Or you don't have a barrel? You don't have like a cart or something?
That would be smart, huh?
Yeah,
you got a cart?
No,
I can go.
But
You know someone with a wheelbarrow?
I sure do.
definitely
we do.
Oh my gosh, we do have a wheelbarrow. I mean, you got to go back and get it though. You have to go back and get the wheelbarrow, but
Astley volunteers immediately. Doesn't leave immediately, but volunteers.
Of course. Astley volunteers.
If we need it, I mean, I can go get
Yeah,
it.
well,
I think we do.
Here's the situation there, Thomas. We have about 2 days before we have to go assist Jill with some corn, and that's a time based sort of situation. So you got us for 2 days. So let's make a dent in this so that we don't flood any plains here, and then we may be back.
like, all right, 2 days. Let me do some calculations. We're getting about 300 bottles a minute flowing down the river, and I'm picking up about 2. Multiply that by 3. I think I'll still be here for a while.
Okay.
So come help me for 2 days, and you can go help Jill. She likes corn. We like corn. That's fine. I'll still be here.
All right, word. Let's Ashley, why don't you go get that wheelbarrow? And
Astley runs. Astley is gone.
All right. Spectre takes a grabber in a bag and starts filling up a bag with some bottles and her grabber.
Before helping, Kakusho's curious on what actually is causing all these bottles to flow down the river, and asks Thomas about that and wonders if we could stop it from the source somehow, because it does seem like we're fighting a losing battle by picking it up as they're coming in.
Yeah. So he asked Thomas where the bottles are coming from.
Yep.
It's like, well, people drinking juices and throwing them in the river, and they flow down here till they got stuck. And darn it, now they're piling up more and more.
Oh no, the boss says the players are part of the problem. I just drank like 500 juice before I got on here.
Yeah, them darn farmers.
Please recycle.
They're out here juicing. These farmers are juicing, and
they're juicing.
Do they
I heard that
recycle their bottles?
They should.
I guess some people haven't bought that perk.
They
haven't got that perk, I guess.
Right. I heard that Dadgum Belly Gun drank like 3,000 OJ today alone. A lot of bottles.
That is a lot of bottles. That Belligan.
Astley has a plan. Now that am I back in town? I don't know how far this how far we are. If it's like
it's a little ways. It's not like super close. It'll take you an hour or two to get to town and back.
okay.
And then in the meantime, we'll get to Ashley in just a minute. So Spectre is just picking up bottles, filling them up the bags, and I assume you're just tossing the bags to the side rather than taking it back one at a time.
Yeah, that's probably
And
smart. Yeah.
Kakusho's joining as well. Did you have other questions?
Yeah, I join in, still thinking about how to fix this, because it seems like this is not a one-time problem, and no matter how many bottles we pick up, there'll just be more tomorrow. So it kind of seems like we need to go yell at some townsfolk to not litter all their bottles in the river.
Right. All right. So let's do this. Let me get an investigation check to see what you can determine about these bottles beyond what Thomas is telling you.
Okay. Ooh,
damn, that's a nat 20.
Oh, wait, that was a nat
nice
20.
roll.
First roll of the night. Let's go.
That was a natural 20.
First roll. All right.
It's all downhill from here.
Can't get any better than that. All right. So Kakusho, you're picking up the bottles, and you do see there's a lot that continues to flow down the stream. And the bottles are typically just having juice in them. You can tell apple juice, orange juice, apple cider, and someone's tossed them in the river at an alarming rate. And they're clogged, but you do kind of see a choke point where the river's bending, where it looks like they've been caught. And so if you could find a way to kind of clear that out, at least the bottles would continue to wash downstream and out to the ocean. Whether or not that's a good thing, who knows? Apparently that's what used to happen. They just washed out to the ocean rather than kind of clogging. So it never became obvious how big of a problem this is for the environment. But
I see.
That's kind of the two things. So it's a problem of history of what people are doing, plus a new problem with the volume picking up, and it's just bottlenecked here, so they're not able to wash out.
But
while looking around, Kakusho sees this mysterious bend in the river, and lets Spectre know about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should probably work right there to try to get these things to keep on flowing, huh?
Yep.
All right.
So we just walk over. I don't know if we have to wade through the river, but
all right,
we wade. We will walk over there.
Let's cut to Ashley, and then we'll come back to you two. Ashley has run off. At some point, you guys should listen to the song "Never Split the Party," if you're not familiar with that.
I'm not.
It's on YouTube. Never Split the Party. It's a great game. Or a great song.
Okay.
Anyway,
I believe you.
Ashley heads back to town with the intent of finding Wheelbarrow Boy, I guess, or something, or what?
Something like that.
Franco was his name, yeah, or something else. Your choice. You said you had a plan. Let's hear it.
You said it was Franco with the R.
Franco. Yeah, you gotta roll the R.
Yeah, Franco.
Yeah, you specified, so we have to specify. Yeah, so I guess I head, in the general direction of the mayor's office, and also just kind of see like who's around outside right now. Anybody?
Okay. Headed back to the town square. The mayor's office is still closed. The city guard's still there. Most of the other people in town are still kind of doing what they're doing. Since Trid had just gotten thrown down the well the previous day. And that's kind of who you see out. Just it looks like if you didn't know, you'd think nothing had happened. It looks like a pretty normal day in town.
Is Carl anywhere? My trusty fan.
All right, let's do this. Let me have you roll a d20.
It'll be an
All right.
18.
10 or above, Carl's present somewhere in town. Yes, you see Carl.
Does Carl see me?
Around. He hasn't seen you yet. No, you are short.
I go up to Carl.
It's like, oh, it's Ashley. I'm your biggest fan.
Yes,
what do you think of this new patch? I had my grandma sew this patch on here of a bell. Do you like it?
I love it.
Pointing to this patch on his shirt of a bell. It's not very good, but
Ashley pats it.
He's proud of it.
Wonderful. Excellent. Right. So, do you remember how everybody threw Mayor Trid into the well? you remember that event?
Yeah.
I think that event...
I mean, it was yesterday.
Yes, it was. I think that Mayor Trid was a wizard, and he cursed the town, and the Crystal River is overflowing with bottles. So I need you to go get everybody to go clean it. Help us. We are down there too.
Hold on a second. Let me get this straight. You're telling me that Trid cursed us, and since we threw him down the well, where that dirty, rotten sucker deserves to be, that there's a mess at the river?
I mean, I have no way to prove it, but it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Astley is completely making this up. But
right,
because Astley doesn't, Astley has figured out what is going on with the river. It's pretty obvious.
Let's get a deception check and see how this goes.
Natural 20.
Oh my goodness.
He's deceived. I am so convincing.
I'm rolling low for the rest of the night. That's
it. That's
it. It's downhill from here. Sorry.
Let's hope you guys don't get in a fight later on.
Oh, okay.
All right. Carl is on board. He believes it. It's like, all right, I'm going to go tell everyone. It's Trid's fault. The river's clogged. We got to go clean it.
That way the town doesn't flood. It's very important that the town will flood.
Oh, the town will flood. Okay.
It's starting to come
The town's going to flood.
If we don't clean the river, tell everybody to bring wheelbarrows and stuff. Thomas is already down there. He already started. Very important.
Says, okay, now this is important. This is important. Nobody's going to admit that they were in the mob that threw Trid down the well, because then you're going to get arrested.
Unspoken. It's
just so you know.
We're not even going to mention that's you. Nobody has to say that that's why they're there. We need a lot of hands on deck.
We can't admit we did it. It's just somebody threw him down.
We just need a lot of hands on deck. Okay.
All right, Astley, I got it. I'm your biggest fan. I won't let you down.
I know.
And he runs off and starts screaming. And who knows how effective he'll be, but he's going to try. Gosh darn it. He's going to do his best.
I mean, I convinced him.
We'll at least have his help.
Yeah. And then I go up to the guard and ask for the wheelbarrow and kind of tell him the same story.
Okay. I just rolled a check to see how effective Carl's going to be. And the dice are still hot tonight. He got a 19.
Oh!
So
the town is coming along.
Goodness.
Astley does not want to clean. Astley does not want to clean up the bottle.
Okay.
You got a 19.
All right. So you approach the guard. Yeah.
Go, Carl. I love Carl.
No modifiers, just 19. All right. The biggest fan is going to work. Carl is Astley's biggest fan. Yep.
Astley's his biggest fan.
What are you going to tell the guard?
Just kind of the general spiel, and we need some wheelbarrows down by the river because it's getting clogged and flooded and help.
He says, if you want a wheelbarrow and a delivery from the mayor's office, you need to get Franco. He's the wheelbarrow boy. That's his job.
Where is he though? I don't know where he is because the mayor's office is closed.
And he points down some street and says he was delivering something. He doesn't remember, but he was delivering something just down the street. Should be easy to find.
Okay, thank you. Astley goes that way. I'm pointing in a direction right now, and I don't know why.
The way you're pointing is the way Astley goes.
Yes.
Which is the way the guard was pointing, which I totally pointed to, too.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
All right. You spot Franco with his wheelbarrow, and he's standing around a group of people who are listening to somebody talk very convincingly about how Trid has cursed the city, and it's going to flood, and they're all going to die if they don't go pick up bottles.
I didn't say anything about dying.
And the crowd seems to be buying it.
I don't.
Well, Carl might be embellishing the story a little bit.
Embellishing my embellishment. Astley does not correct him.
Yes.
At all.
The story's going to get worse every time it's repeated now, right?
Yep.
It's just the way it works.
Wasn't me.
Not your fault.
Nope.
All right. So you see Franco. He's sitting there with his wheelbarrow, and it has a pile of mushrooms in it that he was delivering somewhere. And you grab him, and Franco is like, "Oh, hey, what did you need?"
your wheelbarrow. I can't say that word. I don't know if you heard Carl here, but he says that we got to get down to Crystal River, and it would really help, I think, if the town could use the wheelbarrow.
Yeah. Okay.
So once you deliver that, can you roll it down?
Sure. I'll be there as soon as I can. This is just going 2 doors down, so I'll be there in a jiffy.
All right. Thank you.
I'll be there quick.
Astley leaves and heads back to the river.
As Astley starts heading back towards the river, you notice there are several town folks and farmers already starting to make their way.
Astley hustles a little bit to be in front of them.
Okay. All right. Let's cut back to Kakusho and Spectre. So Thomas is kind of at the top of this bottle pile, picking up like new bottles that are coming, meaning he's slowly working his way further away as the bottles are coming faster, and he picks them up from where the jam is at. And then you decide to head towards the bend where the bottleneck is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you start heading that way, Thomas says, be careful. There's a grumpy monster down there.
What kind of monster?
He says, I don't know exactly. It's got like this big claw. It went like pinchy pinch, like a crawdad or something, but it's big.
Ooh, okay. Sounds delicious.
How do you know
I'm not doing the right Thomas voice. What's that?
How do you know it's grumpy?
By how clickety-clicky it was. Yeah.
Clickety-clicky, huh?
It wasn't clappity pinchy. It was clickety-clicky.
Maybe it needs to get stabby-stabby. Let's go find it.
Sounds
Be
good.
careful. All right. Don't have crawdad food. I hate to lose my only help.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be careful. Don't worry.
Okay. So you make your way over to the bend, and you can see where the bottles are stuck in the bend, and there is some timber that's been pushed over as well, like a natural dam. A beaver might have started making a natural dam or something here, and the bottles will just start getting caught on it. So there's some logs in the water, the bottles are on it, and they're piling up from here to where once whatever's holding it breaks free, it's going to be like a rush. Bottles and water breaking down, potentially a little bit dangerous.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, maybe we should slowly pull some of these logs out of here, huh?
Yeah, I suppose. It's probably the smart thing to do.
All right. Well, let's attempt. She grabs the end of a log that seems like it's not like a main part of the structure, but is just like some of the outcropping of it and trying to pull it onto the shore.
Mm-hmm.
While Spectre is doing that, can I attempt to use my expert investigation skills once again to see if I can figure out which logs seem like good ones to pull without causing too much damage, but then actually making some progress?
You got to play Jenga.
Sure. Yeah, let's get a roll.
This time it was an 8.
The dice are cold.
Goodbye, natural 20s.
So the Spectre's going down, trying to find a log to tie this rope around. And Kakusho is looking, and there's several there, but you see one that's got like this branch that's sticking up kind of in the middle. It looks like at least you'd be able to tie the rope around it without having to go in the water. And that one looks good to Kakusho. Like maybe a good starting point there.
All right, let's do it. Kakusho starts tying the rope around it and then pulls.
So to get out to it, you're gonna have to walk across some of the bottles that are kind of at the base. It's a little bit dangerous. So we're gonna need an acrobatics check for whoever's gonna go tie the rope. Now Spectre tying that, is Kakusho doing it?
Do you want me to do? I mean, this looks like you're gonna need a little bit more of a nimbleness. I don't know where your acrobatics are at, but I will do it for you if you'd like.
No, Kakusho would like to own his own idea, whether it's good or bad. So
right,
Kakusho will go out there and
this is where I'm expecting this, but that's fine. You can go for it. Spectre like leans back on a log just to watch.
Just to watch, okay.
Just to watch, okay.
All right, I will roll. Which one? Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
Yep.
A 22.
Wow. Apart from that investigation roll.
It's time
19 plus 3.
Yeah, not a natural 20, unfortunately.
All right. So, little known fact, but bronze dragonborn happen to be world-class synchronized swimmers. And so it comes natural to him to weave his way through the water and the bottles over towards this limb where he can tie the rope around it. Without slipping and falling in the water and getting kind of pushed downstream or potentially hurting himself.
Spectre golf claps.
Kikusho's kind of feeling himself while doing it. Can I do some, I don't know, a water trick of some sort? I don't know what that entails, but I don't know what Dragonborn they're good at in the water. But
you want to roll another acrobatics?
Apparently,
I'll roll another acrobatics to see if I can do anything fancy. This time I only rolled a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you start doing this spin and somersault in the water where you get up and then wave and realize without a partner this looks kind of lame doing it yourself.
But I have reached the rope to tie on at least. Okay, that's
yeah. No, you're able to get the rope on tied around this limb that you picked.
All right.
Which way are you going to pull it?
Which way?
Yeah. So you've tied it. You can go to either bank, the one where you came from towards the town, or the other side, and then you can try to pull it like up and into the bottles, or away, or straight out. I mean, there's 360 degrees, right? You can pull it just about any direction, or attempt to.
242 degrees.
Kakusho has no idea which direction to pull it in. Spectre, what do you think? Any thoughts over there?
Maybe pull it so that you're pulling the bottles onto the shore. So, like, if it's swinging, this log is swinging, maybe it could scoop them up onto the shore while you're pulling it, so we don't kill a dolphin out in the ocean. Kill as many dolphins out in the ocean anyway.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, Kakusho will try this pole swinging thing towards the shore.
All right, so you're trying to pull it towards the shore, back towards the bottles to bring them with you. Okay,
yes, as best as Spectre described.
So you get and start pulling, and you realize this is going to take some weight to actually pull, and the two of you might be able to do it.
Okay, well, may as well give it a shot. Spectre hops over there. I don't think, is that across the shore? Or am I on the same side? I'm assuming I'm on the same side.
We'll say the same side, sure.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just saunter over there and grab the end of the rope.
All right, let me have both of you make a strength. You can use athletics if you like. Check to pull on the rope.
All right, 6.
To be expected.
All right.
So, yeah, to be expected. I knew that I was going to have low rolls tonight because everybody else has got some hot dice. Okay, you did it. No?
I rolled 19.
15 plus 4 is a 19. Okay. All right. The two of you pull on it, and it's just a matter of physics. Spectre doesn't have that much weight, being a nimble-framed Roboxy in the first place. So pull as she like doesn't have that big of an impact. Cole's got a bit more mass, Kakusho has a bit more mass as he pulls, and you start to feel the log roll a little bit towards you, and you see some of the bottles shifting, and then you hear a snap, and you both fall backwards as this limb has broken off that you had tied the rope to.
Cool.
Sounds promising.
Spectre just sits in the mud. It's like, why did you pick that? Why did you pick that branch to tie it onto?
It looked like a good branch. It spoke to me.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Well, let's reel that rope back in and maybe we give it another shot. You see it? I'm gonna look for a branch.
Okay,
this time.
Yeah, you look for a branch. Okay.
Let me look for a branch. I don't have high hopes for this investigation check, but I'm gonna look. Oh, baby.
Unnatural 20.
That is an unnatural 20. We have really hot dice tonight. I'm shocked. It's unnatural though. It was a 19 plus 1. So.
All right. Spectre goes over and looks at the branch that Kakusho chosen to tie to, and notices that although the branch broke off the tree, off the log that was there, all is not lost. It did rotate the log a little bit and cleared a path where on the end of it you can probably get the rope around it now. It'll be a little bit dangerous to do so because you kind of got to wade into the bottles a little bit to get the rope around kind of the base of this log. But you think you see a potential spot to do that.
All right. So I'm gonna do that while I'm there anyway, or while I'm near it. May as well. So I'll dip in the water and get that rope around where it needs to be.
Okay. Again, it's going to be an athletics check to do this.
Athletics, you got
Or
it.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Oh yeah. Okay. That is an 11. Acrobatics. Yeah, 11. Ooh, that wasn't that great for my +7. I have a +7 on that bad boy. Yeah, no, that's a bad roll. But you know what? I'll take it. 11 after a 20. I'll take it.
Yeah, you haven't hit the lows yet. Oh, that's a little bit low, but the +7 brought that up a fair amount. Okay, yeah, Spectre's able to get in and get the rope around the log. You do accidentally swallow some water, and it tastes nasty. It tastes like a mix of apple and orange juice that's sticky and slimy. And it's just gross.
Okay, gross. I spit it out.
You're able to get your rope tied around.
I choke a little bit. I'm like, gross. This is nasty.
Choke a little bit. Yeah. But able to get the rope tied around the leg.
All right, cool. And I hop out of the water as fast as I can.
All right. And then I'm assuming the pair of you are going to pull on this again. Let's get another strength athletics check for that.
Sure. 7.
A little bit better.
5.
Oh God.
It's a natural one. Don't mind me.
That is a 1.
An unnatural one.
Okay. All right. The two of you are pulling on the rope. The Spectre gets a little bit better footing this time. And so it'll apply a little more pressure. Kakusho just slips in the mud and falls flat on his back, nearly smashing Spectre in the process. And as you're pulling on the rope, you notice some vibrations from the bottles kind of in the middle of the blockage. And then a few of them go flying up in the air as this massive claw reaches up and snaps the rope, cutting it in half. And then it disappears back into the bottles.
That wasn't very nice.
No, that wasn't very nice. Well, I guess we found the crawdad. She laughed and stands up again after I don't know if they both fell, but
well,
maybe she could try to help
you.
Yeah, she tries to help Kakusho up by pushing on him.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of know where this massive crawdad is, and that hand looked big. Like it could probably grab Kakusho and pick him up if it wanted to. It's pretty bad.
Oh, yikes. Maybe we should wait till Ashley gets back to deal with that little guy there.
That sounds good. Let's go see what Thomas is up to.
Ashley is still just leading an army.
Yep.
A small army of farmers.
Small army of farmers. All right.
Farmy, if you will.
The farmy.
Yeah, the farmy.
The farming. It's an official term now. Trademark that. All right. So Spectre and Kakusho head back over to where Thomas is, deciding to pick up bottles where it's safer and hope that Ashley's able to get some support in town.
I was just going for a wheelbarrow.
Meanwhile, is coming back, marching towards the river. Carl is along the way, leading a large crowd of people that seems to be growing by the minute. And Franco is there right next to him with the wheelbarrow. And it's just a large group of people excited to come save the town because they don't want it to flood. And they're even more angry at Trid now than they've ever been.
Astley knew that this plan would work. Ashley didn't know this plan would work.
Rather than trying to hide who was it that actually threw him down the well, everybody's trying to take credit for it now. It's like we knew what we were doing when we threw him down, even those who weren't there protesting now. And it's probably 300 or 400 people following Astley in this parade towards the Crystal River.
Astley calls out once the others are in sight. I got a wheelbarrow! And gestures vaguely at Franco.
Yeah, Franco looks thrilled. In unison, this group comes over the hillside, and the townsfolk and even some of the city guard and some of the farmers see this massive pile of bottles, and they kind of shriek and hawk in shock and horror at how big of a mess has been made here. And at this point, they all start screaming and running down, start picking up bottles. And the bags that Thomas had brought are quickly picked up, and people are just grabbing whatever they can. And they just start grabbing bottles right and left and trying to throw them and pick them up everywhere. And it's turned into a bit of a mob scene to where it's hard to even talk to people next to you because there's so much noise. The bottles being clanked around. And Ashley and the townsfolk aren't aware of this, but Thomas and Kakusho and Spectre are aware that a lot of these people are working dangerously close to where that massive crawdad was at.
Well, Ashley knows nothing. Ashley is feeling on top of the world for getting everybody to clean up. Ashley figured out that it was their own mess, but knew that they wouldn't go pick it up if they knew that. So Ashley's like, job well done.
Spectre's going to probably try to warn some folks. She's going to like kind of rush over to that area and say, hey, maybe you guys want to keep back from this little spot here because there's a big boy underneath there that's you know, it's got some big pinchy claws. You don't want to get near that. It could pick up that dragon over there.
All right. So Spectre's making her way over, trying to shoo people away from the end of the blockade. What's Kakusho doing?
Kakusho stays and continues picking up the bottles over by Thomas. He and Thomas have kind of hit it off, so having a good conversation about some farming thing. I don't know.
Fishing bait. What's good fishing bait?
Catching those
talking about
recipes for crawdads.
And talking about some goldfish. Yep. So he's a bit concerned about the townsfolk, but he'll let Spectre go ahead.
Not concerned enough to help.
Nope.
All right. So Spectre alone runs down towards where these people, inevitably a few of them are at, trying to pick up bottles, saying, watch out, there's a big boy there. And as you reach that end where the last few townsfolk are, you realize it's too late.
Oh.
A massive claw erupts out of the bottles, and bottles flying everywhere, followed by a second claw. And this massive crawdad pulls his way up on top of the bottles. And doesn't really make a lot of noise other than kind of the clacking and that. But the people that are nearby instantly scream and start running away. And this crawdad is making his way towards them. You realize it's a lot faster than these townsfolk are. And if you do something, some people are going to get seriously hurt.
Oh, okay. Can I is it a possibility that I can sneak attack this thing? I mean, if it's not paying attention to me?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So it's definitely going to notice you, but rogues get very lenient sneak attack rules in 5th edition, to where as long as there's anyone else within 5 feet of them, you can sneak attack.
Okay. Word. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sneak attack it to try to lure it away from these people because I feel like they are unarmed villagers.
They are. Other than bottles, they could potentially throw if so coax in doing so. All right. Astley and Kakusho, hearing the screaming and the eruption of bottles and that, you see this giant crawdad come crawling out of the river. Thomas screams like a girl and starts running away. What are Astley and Kakusho going to do?
I don't even know where I was. Because
kind of probably in the middle.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of everybody.
I feel like I was just kind of watching, supervising.
Well, Kakusho is deep in conversation and grumbles a bit, but starts making his way over to help Spectre and Astley with what they're doing and potentially fighting this.
Maybe help.
Thing.
All right. Let's roll for initiative.
Let's say Astley heads like, is it like, I'm trying to like get a lay of the land in my head. Like, is there like on either side of the river, is there like, what do I roll for initiative? Just a D20?
D20 plus your dex modifier. Yep. Or you click the initiative button on your sheet.
Oh.
Did mine go through?
As a 21, yes.
Yes. Okay. I was just saying like this.
21.
Yeah, I got a 21 on initiative, which is it was an 18, but I have a +3. So, but it said you wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected. I don't know what
It said the same thing to me.
if you have your token selected on the map and then click on it, then it would go to the turn tracker.
I see.
We're not really using. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Okay, so initiative order is first going to be Spectre with a 21. Then Mr. Crawdad has an 18, and that will be followed by Astley and then Kakusho in that order.
Okay.
So just to set the scene, as Spectre is running towards to attack this Crawdad, it's already come out on the bank, and in one of its claws, it's picked up a farmer who is screaming in pain.
Is it a farmer that we know?
Do we care about this farmer?
Yeah,
do you care about this farmer?
Do we recognize?
I don't know.
It's the listener. It's you listening to this now.
It's whoever's listening. It's your character.
Oh God. Okay.
Just know Kakusho cares very little about you.
And this thing just for kind of reference, it's about 12 feet long. It's pretty big.
Oh boy.
And it's several feet high, big enough to easily pick up a person and throw them in the air.
Sweet.
What chat does this farmer hang out in, though?
Oh, I don't know.
This farmer? Spoilers, I'm sure.
Probably spoilers. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
okay.
really
That's okay. We gotta save them.
So we gotta save them, but we don't feel too bad about the pain. So let's. Okay. So I'm going to attack it. I'm going to do a sneak attack. So let me see here. Let me roll an attack roll. I think this will work. I don't know. I'm going to try. So that looks like it's a 20.
20 hit armor class. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Four piercing damage. So that was
But I get a +3, or does it?
was a 1 plus 3.
+3? Yep. Okay. Cool. So that's 4.
It did. And then sneak attack is it 1d6 or is it up to 2d6?
It's a 1d6. Let me roll that.
1d6.
It's a 1.
A whopping 5 damage. All right.
5 damage, but I want to do do I get a second attack with my offhand?
You absolutely can. Yep.
All right, I would like
it
to.
Doesn't get the.
It doesn't get
the plus to damage, right?
Right. Well, I'm just going to roll it. I don't have one that doesn't have the plus, so I'm just going to roll it, and then we can just take the plus off.
We can do some basic math. That's all right.
Yeah. So it's 3.
That is a 3. All right. 8 points of damage. Awesome. So Spectre has snuck in with the stabbies, and that attack roll was a 6. On that second.
Oh yeah,
attack.
so that one I don't.
We were just looking at the damage.
We were looking at the damage, right? So it's not 8. It's 5.
It's 5. All right. One dagger able to slip in and poke this crawdad between some of its outer chin plates, and it definitely notices you.
Oh boy!
As one of its stalked eyes turns and looks your direction, and the other dagger just kind of bounces off. You try to hit like the same spot, and it doesn't quite get in.
I hit the armor plating.
You did. Yep. All right. The crawdad is up, and he's got one farmer in his hands right now, and he's going to attack that farmer with his claw. Yeah, and he just pinches this farmer.
Oof.
That's a hit. This farmer was already grappled and up in the air and just starts screaming in pain, and this farmer passes out from the pain, but they just kind of go limp in the claw of this crawdad. The crawdad then, seeing Spectre off the side, swooshes around and tries to slap her with his tail. That is going to be a 12. What is Spectre's armor class?
My armor class is a 14.
14. All right. The tail comes swinging straight for Spectre's head, and Spectre's able to quickly kind of duck underneath it and avoid getting a tail slapped there by the massive crawdad. All right. Up next is Astley. Astley's probably about 60 feet away, further down the bank from where this crawdad came out of the water.
Okay. Astley is gonna. Are there any have all the people kind of moved between or are they still moving?
Most of them are out of the way. There's probably 3 or 4 that are still really uncomfortably close to this crawdad, either because they slipped and fell or they didn't notice it in time.
Astley moves, the amount I can move, 25 feet closer, and just casts vicious mockery, saying, you oversized lobster. You probably taste like you're stale. I can't even eat seafood. Can I just will that do it? Just click on it.
All right.
I don't know why.
And Vicious Mockery, I believe it's a saving throw, right?
Oh yeah, wisdom saving.
Okay. Let me pull up really quick the stat block for this guy so I notice what save is. Of course, this will get cut out, so it sounds like I'm totally prepared. 100%.
Is it against my wisdom? Or what is it against? My charisma?
No, so it's your spell save DC, which is based off it's 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your spellcasting modifier. So it's probably about 13 or 14, somewhere in there.
Oh, 14.
14?
Yeah.
-1 on that save. All right, and that is a 10, so it will do a d4 damage. I think in the past I had mistakenly said that it was plus your charisma modifier, but it's not.
And disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Yep.
Also, so
that is the big thing.
That is 2 points of damage.
All right, 2 points of damage. Awesome. All right, Kakusha, you see this lobster pinched a farmer potentially nearly to death, missed Spectre's head by mere inches, and then has been insulted by Astley. What will Kakusha do?
Does it look like there's a good angle to shoot? I guess its eye or some unprotected area of its body.
Yeah, you're probably about twice as far away as Astley is because you're up at the top of the end of the kind of the bottles where Thomas was. So like 120 feet away-ish, maybe. But I think with your bow, you could definitely shoot at it. You'd have a hard time kind of targeting somewhere specific to hit it at just because of your distance, but you can certainly try.
All right. I will I'll give it a try. So was there a button for is it this one?
Yeah, just click on your longbow.
Is that right?
Yep.
That was a first number, right? That was a 20.
A 20 to hit armor class. That will hit, and it will hit for 6 piercing damage. Very nice.
These dice are really hot tonight. Or really cold, one or the other.
Had a few bad rolls. Most have been pretty good for you so far. All right, Spectre, you saw this lobster just get hit with an arrow after missing you. What is Spectre going to do?
I'm gonna stab him again.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find a nice little crevice between the carapace on this guy, and I'm gonna stab him.
Okay.
So
certainly do that.
wow, that's a nat 20 on that one.
Ooh.
That is. Yep.
So that's pretty good. It is a crit, so that's 7 plus 1. It says. So it's 8. I guess that
it did roll the crit damage.
It rolled the crit damage for us, so that's nice.
It did.
Do I get the sneak attack on this still, or no? I would assume not.
So it has to be a foe, but they have to be conscious. The guy in the claw passed out, but there's a couple other people that are still nearby, even though they aren't necessarily fighting it. They're still distracting it. So sure, we'll let you do a crit.
All right.
And the crit, or not the crit, but the sneak attack. The sneak attack also benefits from the double dice damage.
Oh,
from
it does. Okay, great. Well, that's another 10 then, because that was a 5 for that.
So you roll 2d6. Yeah, roll one more.
One more. All right.
Yes.
Oh, baby. Okay, I'll
even
take
better.
That. That's even better. It's a 6. So that's an extra 11 on top of the 8. So that is 19 points of damage with just the one hit, because I want to do my offhand also. So
right.
I'm going to roll the offhand here. Let's see if I'm as lucky. It's a 16.
16 will hit.
And so that is another 4 damage. So that is a total of 23 damage.
As a Spectre has hunted crawdads before, I think.
Yes, she's well versed in lobstrosities.
Spectre's an expert.
Yeah, she's an expert in the lobstrosity.
All right, yeah, this massive crawdad's definitely hurting. You definitely have its full attention at this point.
We're having lobster rolls tonight, boys, she says, rubbing her hands together.
All right, the crawdad drops the farmer it was pinching on the ground, and he's passed out, but it looks like he's probably not dead yet. The bad news, that's the good news. The bad news is this thing has your attention completely.
He's very mad at me, I'm assuming.
He's very mad.
But he also has
All
disadvantage.
right. So he has disadvantage on his first roll, and it looks like it didn't do the keep low command the way I thought it would. I'm used to doing die rolls on RPG crossing. It's syntax, not roll 20. So the low of the two is a 6 plus a 6, which is a 12. And that will miss Spectre's armor class of 14. So
Yes.
this claw comes and clacks and snaps at Spectre again. And Spectre again is able to dodge out of the way.
Nimbly hops out of the way.
Nimbly hops out of the way. It then flips around and tries to whack Spectre again with its tail. This attack roll does not have disadvantage. That is a 22. And that
one
is definitely going to hit.
That one will hit, yes.
All right. That is a hit for 7 points of damage.
Okay. That takes me down to math. Let's see, 6.
6. All right. Spectre got slapped hard.
Whack. She stumbles a bit, but
at
still standing.
least she's not stuck in the air.
That is
in the
true.
crab claw.
This is true.
When a crawdad claw. All right, Ashley, you just saw Spectre get whacked in the face. She looks like she's in pain. What is Ashley going to do?
Can I use my reaction to tell them to move out of the way before my turn?
A reaction would be something specific that gives you a reaction with the spell or ability. I don't know that you have something specific that's going to call that out. But you can certainly do it with your turn. You can try to shoosh the people away.
I tell everybody to get out of the way and grab the passed out dude and get away.
Okay.
And I also move closer because I was pretty far away.
So you're gonna have to get pretty close to this thing. What you can do is you kind of run over, tell people to get away. For your action, what you would probably do is disengage, which lets you move in and out of a creature's threat range without getting attacked with an attack of opportunity, and that will let you go in and kind of pick up this farmer and drag him out.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. Let's also just get a persuasion roll to try to get you to get these people to run away.
That is 14. A 14.
All right, excellent. Yeah, so you're kind of shooing the people away. It doesn't take too much motivation for them to kind of get over their shock, and Ashley's able to convince them to move. Already kind of seeing Ashley as someone who's very important because the person who convinced them to come down in the first place is Ashley's biggest fan. Carl made sure they knew that. So they kind of get to their feet, and take off, and are scurrying away, and you're able to grab this farmer and pull him. You're not super far away, but to a safe enough distance to where he'll be safe at the moment. And with that, we'll jump back to.
I was going to say, can I use my bonus action to cure wounds this dude while I'm dragging him?
You can cast if you have a healing word as a bonus action.
Oh, I don't.
I don't know if you took that one as a. You don't. Okay, so that'll take your action to do cure wounds if you want to do that next round.
Okay.
Although there's other things you can do too. We'll get to that when it comes back to your turn. Let's jump to Kakusho, who's standing a ways off with his bow. He's landed a shot so far. You see Spectre's gotten smacked once, and with everybody taken off, it's going to leave less targets for this crawdad to focus on besides the stabby rogue. What is Kakusho going to do?
So I'm still like as far away as I was before, right? I haven't.
Well, did you start moving towards it? You could do that while you shot last round. We didn't specify, but
sure. Yeah, I guess I didn't. I thought I was like moving, stopping, shoot, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
Retroactively keep moving closer, I would have liked to.
Okay. I mean, if you want to move into melee, we can do that. It would take one more turn to get there, and you can still fire a shot, or you could use your action to dash and get there this round.
I'll do the same thing. I guess stop, shoot, and then after shooting, keep moving again.
Okay.
All right. It's an 18.
18. Nice. That will definitely hit for another 8 piercing damage.
Hopefully that distracted it from murdering Spectre.
It definitely fills those arrows. Yeah, Spectre's not quite close enough it can get to, Kakusho's not quite close enough that the crawdad can get to him yet, but he definitely has his attention. As we come back to Spectre, who has just been smacked, what would Spectre like to do?
I would like to. Here's my question: can I do another attack, sneak attack, and then use my bonus action to dash away afterwards, or will because I know I have
You'd
the
have to disengage.
cunning action. No, I have
Mhm.
cunning action, which allows me to. Is it just disengage and then I can move away, or is it like
We have your choice. So you can dash if you want to use double your movement, but that would provoke an attack of opportunity. Or you could disengage instead. And you wouldn't be able to get as far away. You could probably get to about where Kakusho is, but that would not provoke an attack.
okay? So I can attack and then disengage and like scoot away a little bit.
Right. Yeah. You got that bonus action as a rogue to do that. So you can still use your main action to attack
All right.
with your dagger if you'd like.
I would like to do that. So I'm going to attack with my dagger.
Okay.
And it's a 14 to hit.
14. That hits.
All right. That's
Now, this time it will not be a sneak attack. We pulled everyone away and
that
gotten
is
them away.
fine. So now I am going to disengage and move as far back as I possibly can, so I do not get smacked again at my 6 hit points. I don't think I could take another hit from this thing.
Okay. So you can move up the stream towards Kakusho, or you can move up on the bank further away from kind of like 90 degrees from the river, kind of towards where Astley is going, pulling people and where the people are running, the opposite direction.
I would go in the I would go, I think, towards Kakusho, not to bring it towards you, Kakusho, but mostly to get it away from the people and also not have it chase me in a different direction away from everybody so I can get assistance killing this thing.
Okay. All right. Nice hit. This creature is definitely feeling these blows add up, especially that sneak attack earlier. That's a pretty big gash. Yeah, one of its many legs is kind of completely limp and not real functional. So it's sitting here on the edge of the bank. It is pretty ticked off at this stabby Raboxy that keeps hitting it, but it's also seeing these people run away that look a little bit less threatening up on the hill. And so it has to make a decision which way it's going to go. So we're going to roll a d20, and a 10 or below, it goes towards Astley. Above a 20, it goes towards everyone else. Spectre and Kakusho, if it's above a 10. All right. It is making its way up the bank towards Kakusho.
It's just mad at me.
Spectre, yeah, it's mad at you. It's like, gonna get you. All right, comes towards you, has 2 attacks. The first one with the claw, again, is going to try to grab this rabbit that's running away. And 16, this time that is going to hit. All right, it's going to hit for 4 points of damage. So Spectre's not passed out, but in addition to getting hit, what was that?
I'm down to 2 hit
down
points.
2. Additionally, yeah, it grabs you and picks you up in the air. So you're grappled now, which means you can't choose to move. You could use your action to escape, but you don't have to. You can still attack it normally where you're at as well.
Okay.
And then the tail is going to move around and try to slap Kakusho. That's a 23. I'm assuming that's going to hit Kakusho.
Maybe it misses.
And it's going to hit Kakusho for 8 points of damage. So now Kakusho got slapped with the tail.
I am down to 9.
9 hit points. All right. With that, it is back to Astley. You just saw this crawdad run further away from you guys, luckily, but towards Spectre and Kakusho. And Spectre just got grabbed in the claws that nearly killed this other farmer, and he's passed out, and then slapped Kakusho in the face with his tail. What is Astley going to do?
Astley, I'm shaking my head a little bit, but so like, how far away am I from them now?
Probably like 30 feet.
I'm gonna move to be.
This thing's pretty big. So I mean, the front of it's like 10 feet further away than the tail of it. The tail of it's maybe only 20 feet away from.
You said it's about 12 feet long, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So realistically, if I were to cast a spell that has a 10-foot radius and did not aim and centered it towards the back half, would anybody else be in that range?
You could certainly avoid friendly fire. Yep.
Okay, I wanted to clarify that. Astley cast Shatter.
Okay. Centered like on the back end of the lobster, so he's in the 10-foot radius.
So he's in the 10-foot radius,
but not
and nobody else is.
Awesome. What's the saving throw? It's Constitution. Looks like. Okay. We will roll a Constitution saving throw for the giant crawdad, and it is. I think it's just safe for half damage, right?
Yep. So half of 15 is 7.5.
So I'll take 7 points of damage. All right.
Did it look cool too, though?
The shatter goes off and it rocks through the crawdad and sends like ripples through it. More impressive than that, though, is the sheer amount of bottles and glass that have just exploded everywhere in a massive spray as the shatter has gone off in a 10-foot sphere. And the glass spray kind of goes everywhere, and it's kind of spreading light from the sun rays coming down all over the place, with little glass prisms everywhere. And the glass kind of goes in the air and kind of falls back down, and it makes it to where the ground kind of around the backside of the lobster now is covered in sharp shards of glass bottles that are broken. And so you might want to be a little bit careful with that. But you also realize if you did just want to blow up these bottles, you might have a way to do it in the future.
Was the shock enough for
All
him
right,
to drop a Spectre?
No, held on to Spectre.
Gripped.
Grappled.
Stuck in those claws. Grappled, yep.
All
right, Kikuchi, you kind of shield your face as glass goes flying everywhere around you.
Am I close enough for melee range or still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, Kakusho very angrily charges forward with the short swords and
okay.
I guess just attempts to stab it or push it back in some way to have it drop Spectre from its grasp.
All right. So if you want to attack to do damage, that's one option. If you would like to help Spectre escape, you can try to do that by overcoming. It's a DC 12 to escape, and you could use your athletics to get it to drop Spectre for your action. But if you do that, that's your action. Or you could attack it twice.
You could aim for the arm.
Do what feels right.
How weak is the crab looking?
How's it looking?
Is he bloody?
Do I think that like attacking the arm will force it to lose its grip, or does it still look pretty strong?
If you don't kill it, it's not going to lose its grip. And even if you kill it, the claw's still going to be pinching. It's not just going to instantly release. If you got lucky, you might be able to kill it, you figure, but it's still got some fight in it.
All right, I will attempt to free Spectre from its grasp then, and skip trying to actually attack it.
Okay.
So which one did you need me to roll?
So that will be an athletics check.
Okay. A natural.
There we go.
20.
Oh, a natural 20. Nice.
He is free.
You better be free.
On fire. And fuego.
Kusho runs over, grabs this thing's claws in its hands, and just pries it open.
And
Spectre
jumps out.
drops to the ground. Yeah.
And like
freedom.
freedom.
And with that, Spectre's up to act.
All right. Would I need to disengage again in order to get away from him, or can I just like move away?
You would need to disengage
Okay.
to go away without an opportunity attack.
So I'm gonna disengage and shuffle back a bit. I do have a short bow.
Okay.
So I'm gonna disengage, move back, and fire it with my short bow.
Okay.
So let me do that. That is a 24 to hit.
That's a good hit.
And it's 4 piercing damage.
Now, Kikusho is within close enough range of this thing that you still get to use your sneak attack here.
Oh, okay. So I will roll sneak attack then. Oh, and that's an extra 6.
Right.
So that's 10 damage. It's pretty good.
Another 10 points of damage. That's pretty good. All right. Another arrow shaft just drills into this thing. Apparently, arrows have been pretty effective against it. No, not a single one has missed so far. It's a big target.
It's big. It's big.
It's hard to miss.
It is hard to miss. All right. With that, the crawdad is up to act, and Kikusho is solely in its sights now, as Kikusho has just ripped its claw open.
Hello there.
Probably broke it. Probably broke his claw while doing it.
No more.
And so it's going to
clickety-click.
swing at him. No more clickety click. It's going to swing at him with his other hand. And what is Kikusho's armor class?
Only 13, unfortunately.
13. All right. Kikusho's going to get smacked with the other claw here. And that is 5 points of damage that Kikusho's going to take.
I'm down to 4 hit points now. Kikusho stumbles back, his
But
Very
Kakusho's
much
picked
so
up in the other
pain.
claw now. Yeah, Kakusho's picked up now in the other
Oh,
claw.
God.
So the one's busted. His other claw's got Kakusho. And then the creature can't slap him in the tail while he's got him in his claw. So he instead works his way up the hill towards where Spectre had just backed off. It's not able to swing at Spectre with its tail. It can't move quite that far, but it's working its way there up off the cliff's edge.
Ooh, okay.
And it is now Ashley's turn to act.
Ashley casts Shatter, same deal, same exact situation.
Okay. He's far enough away from the bank this time. It's not going to hit any of the bottles in the river at this
That's
point.
fine.
He's kind of moved out of that range. All right, that is a 12. That is going to be a failure versus a spell save DC of 14. So how much damage are we doing?
17.
17. All right.
Is he dead?
Ashley casts Shatter on the rear of this thing, and its carapace shell around it just explodes again this time. Rather than just kind of shocking and shaking, the entire exterior explodes, as do bits and chunks of crawdad meat flying everywhere in the air in a spray. Kakusho feels himself being lowered to the ground as this thing just blows up completely. And chunks of meat are flying over Kakusho. They're flying over Spectre. Ashley's far enough away. She doesn't get hit with any of the spray. But it's a deafening sound. It's kind of gross. And just as your ears kind of clear from the explosion and recover, you hear clapping and cheering. And realize you have a couple hundred spectators that just watched you destroy this giant crawdad.
Ashley bows.
Spectre takes a bow. Yeah, also bows. We all bow.
Remember the
Kakusho's still in the
Firewire
claw.
Adventurers Guild.
Kakusho's still in the claw and glares at them, but tries to bow.